Who said you can't go home? Real Estate Exposed, brought to you by Signature Real Estate. Real Estate Exposed is all about helping homeowners and those who would like to be homeowners and those who would like to get into real estate.
Welcome to Real Estate Exposed. I'm Vandana Bhalla, corporate broker at Signature Real Estate Group. To my right, we have back with us Mr. Brandon Roberts, owner and corporate broker at Signature. And to his right is Shelly Panzarella, branch manager for Prosperity Lending. And her message to you today is...
Make sure you like and subscribe and smash that notification button.
Exactly what she said. Listen to her. And that's it. That was my intro. I did pretty good until I started that.
My music?
I what?
You don't like my music?
Not too bad. Last week's intro was even better.
Was it? What was it?
Just better.
It was. What? Oh, okay then. Well, there's that. So let's start like we do every other Real Estate Exposed. We're going to talk about the market stats and what's happening here.
Did you get your nails done?
No, I did them myself, and they look like crap. If you look on the side, actually, I've missed half the nail.
That's what she was going to say. Don't go there again.
Half the freaking nail is missing because
so
I
you
did
did
them
that
myself. But I really like this color because
it's
look,
pretty, super pretty.
It's like bluish, purple,
you
gray,
got my
teal.
Eye. You got my eye.
I got them in a couple of different colors, and then I chopped off my nails because I didn't like the way
teal.
that it was like. It was like.
Sorry to throw you off there.
I feel like now I'm doing that thing. What's that chick's name?
And Angela
Yeah.
Johnson. What? But this is no. You came in like that. No. It's no. Your finger like. Okay,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, totally not exactly what that was. But so I ended up cutting it.
So anyway, Beta.
What's going on? So let's talk about weekly stats. So in the last month, just so you guys, or in the last week, not month, we're actually up in inventory, you guys.
Oh my
like
gosh!
10 more
Stop
homes?
the presses.
Stop the presses.
By how many?
No, it's we're about 3 weeks of inventory right now. 3.2.
What is it? It's because
still
it's hot.
low as heck.
3.2.
Still
Yes.
low as heck. Now that's based off of numbers that I pulled yesterday. Today, however,
We're back down to 3.2.
not to get you super excited,
2.2.
we have 929 new listings that have come on the market
Today?
in the last 7 days. You want to know in one day how many there were in the last 24 hours?
No.
I'm going to tell you anyway, Brandon. 238 of those were in the last 24 hours.
How many?
238 homes in the last 24
Almost
hours.
So the strategy
Almost a
now
fourth.
for people they're listing them on Thursday, open house on Saturday, or door knocking Friday, open house Saturday,
Open
getting with
house
the seller
Sunday.
on Monday. Yeah,
Dealing with offers on Monday, closing on Tuesday.
Yeah,
No, not closing.
Accepting on
accepting
Tuesday.
on Tuesday,
Closing on Wednesday.
right?
That's pretty smart.
No. Well, okay, fine. So then you have also what?
I was just going to say they can close on Wednesday if they use Prosperity Lending.
Amen.
Shelly.
Thank you. Good.
Or pay cash.
Or do an
We're
owner will
almost
carry.
there.
Owner will carry will work too.
Just do an owner will carry.
Yeah.
So in the last 7 days, we've had 1,084 homes closed.
1,000.
1,084, and I will tell you, it is.
Ooh, that is good.
Yeah. So available inventory throughout Las Vegas, Henderson, all of that is 3,193. So that's
3 weeks.
3 weeks of inventory.
Wow.
Based
So-
on last
You
week's
guys did
sales.
math
We
really
are
fast.
we are up. Well, I also have it somewhere like situated, but. I mean, if you just even if you do it at 1,000 and you forget the 84, that's still you're close. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're estimating.
3.2.
Remember that in like fourth grade?
Yeah.
The only reason I know it's in fourth grade is because my kids did it and it was recent for them. Otherwise, I wouldn't have remembered.
But
All
aren't
right.
your kids like six and high
They're in
school?
but they're in 6. But they were doing it 2 years ago, which is
Oh, okay.
recent.
Nothing
And-
counts in COVID year, huh? Pretty much just like
Nothing
that does not
counts.
count. Okay.
Nothing counts. All right, and then so sold. We had 1,084 properties that sold in the last 7 days. Of those, the least expensive, and this one kind of blew my mind because I don't understand. It was $425.
Let me guess. The lowest one is $425.
How
Right.
is that? How
I
is
think
that
they
even-
screwed it up because it was actually listed at 429,000. But I think when they put it into the MLS, they did it at 425,
Flag
not
it.
425,000.
Flag it.
So they would
Data integrity.
I'm totally data
Yeah.
integrity this nonsense right
Who's
now.
the agent? I mean, I'll just call him out
Some
on there.
signature real estate. group
It's a
agent.
BHHS agent, Elise. It's all right. I'm going to go ahead and do a thing.
It's
'cause
a,
it's
it's a
important.
typo.
Hey, can we do something pretty cool today? Because
Happy birthday
forgot.
to
No, no,
yes.
So what we're doing?
No.
Oh,
That
So
was
you know, we did
yesterday.
that raffle from for the iPad. I haven't raffled it off yet because I don't have the randomizer.
okay.
you
But
wanna
can you
use
hold
it?
on a
Yeah, we'll
second?
do
Can
that.
I
Yeah,
do this
after-
really
yes,
quickly?
for sure.
Okay.
We don't have to do it now. At the end of the show, all you callers, stay tuned.
It's funny because we don't know what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about everything.
So we have 400. So the least expensive was $75,500.
That's close.
Yeah, it was close.
23,000.
And the highest
3.2.
sold. No,
Higher?
3.4.
so close,
11.
you guys.
8.5.
8.2.
Oh,
So
who
close.
was it?
You're
I
getting
feel
closer
like that
and closer. 8.2 was actually done. It was Crystal Ridge. It's off of Valley Verde in 215. So not Summerlin for the first time in a long time.
Valley Verde. That's McDonald.
Right. So that is off into the guard gate. Ascaya, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's in Ascaya. And
Was that Darren Marquez? No, I don't have that.
No,
many
it
people.
wasn't. It was
Lower.
the buyer or the listing agent was Ivan Scher, and the buyer's agent was Mitchell McLennan.
Mitchell McLennan. Cool.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get the number.
Why? I mean, like you're fidgeting like a child.
Sorry.
She's like, no, I don't have that high a number. I know. I'm asking you, what is the number?
Oh, we're in the middle of a conversation.
I
In
know.
the middle
I
of
know,
a
I
podcast.
And I was
In the
trying
middle
not
of
to disrupt you. I
multitask.
was trying not to
And here
disrupt
you
you.
are.
I
We're
just-
so glad
disrupting
you're back,
us.
Brandon.
Here you are disrupting us.
Yeah.
So that's the stats for this week. We're up 3.2. We're
3.2,
up a
39.
week, a little bit less than a week of inventory in the last 7 days.
Plus the
from
84
last-
homes.
Yeah. So
No, that's good.
0001.
it's good times. Yeah. So I see you brought a lot of stuff to talk about today.
Yeah.
Nice
yeah.
job.
Yeah. No, I do have some stuff.
Let's
Let's
do
go.
it.
So we had an NAR
Hold tight.
board meeting today.
You did.
National Association of Realtors board meeting.
Sweet. What's coming
Virtual.
down the pipeline? Scary.
Well, there was a lot of
Is that
motion
not
stuff.
normal? Do you guys not normally have that every month? Or?
No, every
No.
year. Well,
Oh, okay.
twice a year at the convention. So normally this time of year we would be in D.C.
Oh,
for
okay.
the legislative meetings,
Got
but
it.
they were all done virtually this past week, which I can say Washington is like one of my favorite trips to go on. It's nice not having to travel and be able to get to meetings, but you don't really get the same out of it.
Yeah.
But they did a good job of the virtual board meeting. We actually voted on our phone. They had an app to do that, and then they went through the stuff. But the big thing that came out of it all is Tracy Casper won first vice president for 2022, which means she'll be president in
of
a few
NA.
years.
Nice.
And she's out of Idaho.
That's cool.
Idaho.
Congratulations, Tracy
And
Casper.
she
Where's she's
won by like 16 votes.
Who is currently the NAR president?
It was
guy.
Vince Malta last year, and then it slipped my mind.
The guy.
I listened
The
to him
guy.
all morning. He was running the meeting.
Was he?
Yes.
NAR president. I got it. It is.
Oppenheimer.
Is it?
No.
Oh.
All right.
Just making-
Didn't mean to throw a curveball, guys.
Charlie
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
Oppler.
Oppler.
Close.
Oppenheimer.
I knew it started
Oppler.
with a no.
And then Leslie Rauda Smith is,
President-elect.
and then Kenny Parcell before,
Yep.
right? Then you had Nancy Lane, Vince Malta, so
Ah.
Lee Brown. Lee Brown was president
No,
of the
no.
association?
She's on
the
Yeah, she's one of the
executive team.
Yeah.
She's
So
awesome. I
yeah.
like her.
So it was good, but yeah, that was
Anything that you can share from
Mike
there that we
McGrew
should
was
be-
running against Tracy, and 16 votes. That's just crazy to me.
16. How many people are on the board for NAR?
I think there's about 800. I think there was about 800 and some 60 or something that voted.
my gosh.
That's how much she won by?
16 votes.
16 votes.
So she
Wow.
There
had
were 800 people
she
on the
needed
actual
like
board that voted.
432 or something. And she had 6 above that,
Wow.
and he
So
was pretty cool.
429.
Yeah.
Look at me doing quick math.
Seriously.
I'm with it today.
Well, he was a little bit less. So if you go 16, if you go 16 votes, that's really only 8 people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because 8 people switch their vote, that makes up the 16. So
Understood.
pretty cool.
I missed that whole thing.
Pretty close.
Okay. I got
I
it.
gotcha.
No, I got it. I'm just kidding. I got it.
39.
Yes.
She has 39 total. Make it 40 and I could be number 40, just
No,
so you know.
because you
You
did
had
not
to fill out your
subscribe.
sheet.
That is right.
Yeah.
Ugh, I don't
Details
need an
matter.
iPad anyway.
Details matter.
You
You'll
matter.
learn. Yeah. Thank you. I do.
So
So you just tell me when you're ready, and we'll do that.
Okay.
But that's that. So, but other than that, everything else was pretty cut and dry going through.
yeah.
Nothing major like the last one. I think that's when they put in the big ethics thing, 10.8 or whatever.
Yeah, the new one.
hmm
Nice.
That was a big one. The last meeting, this meeting,
What's
there wasn't
10.8?
anything.
It's
drastic.
the new standard of practice that they are adding. Can't
For the
talk about anybody.
commissions? Oh.
You can't talk at all.
Gosh,
Not
I
allowed to
remember
talk. Everybody's
hearing
going to be
that.
sad.
Was that like, because I remember walking with my dog, so that had to have been during COVID. They brought that out.
Yeah, it would have been, what, November of last year? Is that when
Yeah.
they do their year end?
Yes.
Yeah. This year, and the end of the year will be in San Diego.
What are you drinking?
So there's
Soda
like
and ice.
live events coming
What
up,
else
right?
is in there?
I will tell you what I'm drinking. This is the coolest thing. So
Sorry.
I'm a year older, and Shelly bought me this really cool birthday gift. It was it's a booze Keurig,
Yeah.
and they
Keurig.
have little pods,
Uh-huh.
and that's what that is. That's,
Is that what did you make this?
That's what came out of there?
Whiskey and Coke.
Was it good?
Yeah,
Really?
It's not bad.
Whiskey and Coke? So do you have to add the Coke?
Whiskey
or
and cola.
It's all in a little pod, and then it mixes it with water and stuff, and does its thing, and puts soda in there, and
So that was the
CO2
housewarming
and-
gift, but the pods were your birthday present.
Yeah.
So
it was good.
Interesting.
So it's
Which-
in my office if you want to drink, and she
It's locked
has.
I have a
Old
Oh,
fashioned.
man. You guys are drinking. I hate when you are doing the podcast in drinking mode.
and you're not when you're not.
And
you mean, that's
after
when
the
you
show-
don't.
No.
After the show, there's
I can hold my liquor better than y'all can.
yeah, but when you drink it, you get fucked up.
Did
You can hold it, you just can't drink.
you peep that? We
No,
do
it's-
not say the F word on
Boing.
here. We say shit
Oh
and
my
everything else, but we do not
gosh.
say the F word. We've never said the F word. That's the
are
first time
you?
that's happened.
Go get Vandana Bhalla.
I cannot have any more to drink.
Happened. That's
Imposter.
not allowed. All right.
Imposter.
Moving on. Okay.
But anyway,
So,
booze Keurig. Everyone run out.
booze
And
It's called
Keurig.
DrinkWorks.
DrinkWorks.
It's actually pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
So when I buy a
I
house,
was supposed to get one for Mother's Day, but I didn't. But that's fine.
and then you regifted
She
it.
regifted it. That's
You-
exactly what I said.
You
She had
regifted
a-
it to
she had a-
Brandon.
That is not the case.
She had to get her
I don't
husband to
regift.
confirm that he didn't.
Aww. I love Kimmy. I'm good, Kim. Thank you. I've got my water. I'm trying not to drink until later tonight.
Oh yes,
She's still-
because Group 2 comes in at 5:30, and that's who she's going to hang out
She's
with.
still
all the
hungover
time.
from last night.
I am. I'm a little bit hungover from last night. I went to last night. I came home and I don't even remember what time I passed out. And then I woke up this morning to a million texts because my phone turns off at 9:30. So even if I'm out and about, my phone's off, and I totally forget that.
What? So
That's
what
good
if
time.
somebody needs to get a hold of you?
Not after 9:30. They don't.
What?
You know, the interesting thing is if she
crazy.
puts you in like her favorites,
Correct.
they'll still come through. So when you text her and she says she didn't get
Oh,
it, you're not in
hell
her favorites.
No, that's not true.
Hell no.
It
It
is
does
true.
not. No, mine completely
Really?
like turns off.
I know, but your favorite or the people you mark will still come through.
Oh, that's interesting. Nobody's ever
Interesting
texted
to
me
know
on my
that.
favorites
Maybe because you don't have any.
after 9:30 because they know the rules.
They
It's
know
kind
the
of like
rules.
pajama day. You leave me the hell
Yeah.
alone.
I
That
think
is
it's because after 9:30 she's hanging out with her favorites.
Aww. Not you guys.
No,
Yeah,
Nope.
never,
Okay.
ever. We
So
only get the 4:30
with
shift.
that,
Get
so
the
do you
old
guys have a topic for today?
Yep.
What is it?
whatever you want to talk about.
NAR.
Okay. So last week we were thinking about, Shelly and I talked a little bit, and we were thinking about talking about the community outreach stuff that we've done as an organization, the community outreach stuff that we have participated in, are going to participate in, have done, some of the great organizations that we've been a part of. Is that okay with you guys?
So that's actually how that's how we met, was from one of our trade organizations. That's how I met Brandon, was through Women's Council of Realtors,
When he
'cause
was
you
president?
were chapter president.
Yeah.
And
One good thing that came out of that experience.
I was chapter president of the Asian Real Estate Association.
Yes.
Is that considered charitable? That was charitable, actually.
Sure.
Yeah. No, legit. That was charitable.
What? I'm sorry.
There
Get
was
so
no pay for
offended
that.
about it.
Yeah. I mean, corralling all you realtors together
it was volunteered.
It was, yeah. It was good times, though. I mean, I honestly think that was a springboard to networking and just a bunch of the people that I know today.
Yeah.
There's a lot of same people.
I'm sure it's good for lenders and realtors, right? It's probably good for lenders because they can meet more realtors that way and start networking with them. But for realtors, we're constantly bombarded with vendors all the time. And so that's when it becomes a little bit difficult, is when you go to these things and it's vendor focused.
Vendors focus, yes.
Vendors focused. No, thank you, Monica. Thank you, though. But Monica's not even here. How would she get me a shot of Jaeger?
But maybe she is.
Oh, but maybe she is. Are you here? Monica introduced me to her mom yesterday.
Aw.
I saw her mom yesterday. She was in the Summerlin office. So anyways, all right. So let's talk really quickly about some of the nonprofits, right? So in the last couple of months, I've actually gotten really involved in a few different things. One of the shows that I wasn't here for was, I think 2 Fridays ago, when you guys had Chris and you talked about tech and my spreadsheet for the restaurants and blah, blah, blah.
No, that was a good show.
It was.
You don't minimize it.
Okay.
It was a good show.
So the blah, blah, blah.
all of our shows are amazing.
So
What?
the reason I wasn't at the show was because I went to an event because now we're starting to open the city up again, right?
Full
and it
circle.
was called the event was for Hope for Prisoners, and the Hope for Prisoners. It was their Second Chances luncheon, and it was actually a really, really.
I agree, Chris.
Listen, Chris, you just keep it to yourself. Now that you don't have the Weekender anymore, it doesn't mean that you have to take over our show. Go find your own.
He's a talent.
Huh?
He's a talent.
Is
That's
he?
why he fills in for anybody. He'll be here for the next 2 shows.
He's
or 2.
a substitute
He's
for
a
everyone
hired
all the
talent.
time.
Anyway, so your hope for now. Or
No.
Hope for
Hope for
prisoners. Sorry.
Hope for Prisoners, their Second Chances luncheon. There were actually some. So you spent the day at the jail? No, it was actually a luncheon at the Four Seasons. And so just so you know what they do, so I'm going to read you their mission statement is they're committed to helping men, women, and young adults successfully re-enter the workforce, their families, and community. And I think it's a really important organization because we have such a high rate of recidivism that
What?
Recidivism? Say it. They go back to jail.
Oh.
So what happens is when you're
Recidivism.
in jail for so long, right, and you're in prison for so long, you come back out into the community, and you're not used to being able to do what
Yeah.
you want because you've been on a tight schedule for so long. You sleep at this time, you
That's
eat at
also
this
being
time,
ch-
you drink
that's
at this time,
childhood
you
as
do
well.
right?
You're not used to how
And
to
you're not-
function in society.
Yeah.
You're not used to being able to function in society. So because of that, a lot of people go back to jail because that's what they know and love
'Cause they
and,
cook
and,
for you
and
there.
they're comfortable with.
And they clean your bed.
And they shank you. But
What?
so
Well, it depends.
I know. So anyway, what they help you do is stay out of prison, right? And there were some really cool people so the guy who started the organization, him and another prison mate of his, came out. Even when they were in prison, they talked about it. It was John Ponder. Yes, Kim, you are correct. So John Ponder, who by the way just got pardoned by the president last year for whatever crimes he had, him and another inmate had gotten together and talked. That inmate had 238 years in prison that he was sentenced for. You guys are looking at me all
I thought you were going to
confused.
say I was like, he can't live that long. How did that
No.
happen?
So they, and it was for, I want to say it was for he told
Murder?
us. No, it wasn't murder. It was,
espionage.
no. It was
Tax
robbery.
evasion.
It was robbery.
Robbery?
I want to say with an armed weapon or something like that. So anyways, he was in
was my next choice.
prison, but he worked in the prison and helped other prisoners.
Escape?
No, stop. Seriously, it's a good organization. Don't
Capone.
talk nonsense. So he helped them really focus on what they wanted and worked really closely and volunteered to help other inmates. And so he got out on good behavior and for community work. And so then him and John Ponder started this organization. It was actually a brilliant. He had to have robbed a lot of places for 238 years, maybe. Definitely one for sure. So anyway, so they started this organization. They have mentors, and these mentors work with these inmates that are about to come out of prison, and they help them get reunited with their families. They get them, set up with Social Securities and driver's licenses and things like that, and help them get their work or their resumes ready, and then they put them back out in the workforce. It's super, super cool. And so one of the things that the Vegas Chamber had actually said was that the men and women and young children that come out of this program, because they've gone through, they have certain steps that they have to meet, and they have certain criteria that they have to meet, that these folks would get hired by your everyday businesses, small businesses, large businesses, things like that.
They guarantee them employment?
They
Or
don't.
no?
They help them get it. I don't think they guarantee it, but I
That's
think
pretty
they
cool.
help
For
them
men, women,
Yeah.
and kids as well
and young adults.
coming out. Wow.
Kids out of jail.
Yeah, young adults that just come out of jail.
That's
It's
cool.
really important to be able to have, to have people to help. And yes, Kim is right. Judges, police officers, community members are all mentors. And so they help them really stay out of jail and get back into like society.
So the event at the Four Seasons was to basically fundraise?
It was it was not necessarily a fundraising event, more of an awareness event.
Oh, okay.
They wanted people to know a little bit more about it's a pretty young organization. It hasn't been around for a ton of years, but I thought it was really cool to just see that there's so many programs and so many nonprofits out there that help our community. It would be really great if they all worked together. You know what I mean? Because I guarantee you there's something else that's similar to that. I have another friend of mine who's a CEO of a nonprofit called God Behind Bars, and they bring...
That's exactly you.
Right. So they bring like church into the prisons.
Yeah, that is central, yeah.
Yeah, and
Hope for the city is the same as well. Well, during the time through COVID and
right.
everything.
Imagine if they all like worked together to help with the process. You know what I mean? In some way. So I think, John, I know, is definitely exploring that option to try to work with other organizations that work with inmates so that it's an easier transformation or transition into the community. Cool. So really cool stuff that is going on. And yes, his program has gone national. Because it's really a big deal for the cities. Kim knows a lot about this.
We should have had her on the show.
I know. Kim, come on over.
On in.
Come into the show. We'd love to hear more about you.
Bring your drink works in and you're still working. Just kidding.
Yep. So that was the Hope for Prisoners event that I went to, the luncheon. It was super cool. And I'm glad I went because there was this one speaker that day that just blew my mind. And in the way that he talked about the program and how his company is helping. And I mean, there's like I said, there's just so much we can still do. You know what I mean? So if you're not out there helping the community, stop being an asshole. Go help someone.
Watch your mouth.
I can say asshole, but you can't say the F word.
I did.
Fluffer?
I know. Fluffer. No fluffer. All right. So then there's that organization. Do you guys have one you want to talk about?
No.
I got more. So then I also, do you remember a month
Well, we're
ago?
doing the
do you have a
delivery,
spreadsheet?
dignity with delivery, right? Or delivering with dignity. That's a cool one that's coming
Yep.
up. That's
Delivering
directly
with
through
Dignity. Yep.
Signature, right?
That is. So Signature agents, staff, and all of them are going to have an opportunity to actually deliver with dignity. They pick up food from a restaurant and then deliver them to people who need them, who haven't been able to get food or go out because of COVID. It was kind of something that was really important during COVID when everybody was in lockdown. And I think there are still some people that haven't been vaccinated or are still afraid and still need their food, right? And it's primarily for senior citizens.
Yep.
Is what it's helping. So we're doing that. We've got a blood drive coming up with United Blood Services. That's on the 16th of June.
I keep getting hit up by Vitalent too, and I'm like, I am on hold for this blood drive in June. So like, because you can't give only one a quarter, once a quarter.
Yeah.
So holding my blood out for you guys, just so you know.
Perfect. Did you sign up?
I did.
I didn't see you on the list. I'm just kidding.
I'm signing up
I'm
right
sure
now.
you were. You're signing it right now.
Don't I always just get added to the list? I feel like that's the case.
Yep.
There's a whole Phil Shelly in right there. That's where she's going.
Yeah. And then I just did with Shine a Light. Did I talk about this already? Everybody hear about Shine a Light? So a month ago, I went to the underground tunnels.
Oh, I didn't know that was called Shine a Light.
It was an organization called Shine a Light, and it got started.
Shine a Light.
Shine a Light. Okay. Yeah. So
you can see in the tunnel.
I got it.
yeah, the flashlight and everything. It's super cool. So anyway, so we had the gentleman who started Shine a Light actually worked with Chris Iverson, who is the CEO of Home something or the other, and it is to help the homeless population get back into society as well. And what I found was extremely interesting is that so John Iverson brought this gentleman in. His name is. Are we looking at the clock? What's going on?
No, you're good.
His name
I'm
is
looking
his
at
name is
the-
John as well. Oh, you're looking at Shine a Light.
Yeah, go ahead.
So he brought in this gentleman. His name is Paul, I want to say. Hold
That's
on.
a good
I went
name.
with him. Huh?
I like his name, Paul.
Paul. It's a good name. Why?
I don't know.
Who do you know that's Paul?
I don't know anybody. Phil. No, Phil
No.
is one of the. I'm reading the highlights on it.
How did you find it? I'm still looking for it. There's like all these books about it. Shine a Light, nonprofit, I think I have to put. So the gentleman who actually started Shine a Light lived in the underground tunnels for 7 years. He's been out for 10 years now. But he lived reverse that. Strike that, reverse it. 10 years he lived in the underground tunnels. He's been out for 7 years. And so he was down there, and he had this whole system. It was called Freedom Home. That's right. So Iverson started Freedom Home. It was a homeless shelter for our homeless population. So he went into Freedom House, Paul did, and then from there he started an organization called Shine a Light. And what they do is every Saturday at 8 a.m. they go down into the underground tunnels, 600 miles of tunnels, by the way, and there are almost 15 to 2,000 people that live down there. 1,500 to 2,000 people that live down there at any given time. That's a lot of people living under the tunnels. And I don't know if you've ever been into a tunnel. It is wet. It is dark. It is scary. There are like the things that you see in the movies about the underground, like the sewer systems and stuff. It's all there. There were people that had mattresses that were literally sleeping on these mattresses, and there was water right underneath them. And that, I mean, obviously that's not.
It's like a whole community.
But it's a whole community. So each tunnel has like its own tribe, its own leader, its own like system that they have. And so the focus of Shine a Light is to go down there and provide them with, you know, some of the things that they need that include
water,
bedding, food. No, not bedding. Feminine products, chapstick. Socks,
food, socks, underwear, flashlights, headlamps, AA and AAA, and
batteries.
Batteries.
All of that. Those are all the things that they absolutely need. And so every Saturday they go out and they provide these things, and then they sit and they talk to these people to see if there's any way to get them out of the underground tunnels and into either Freedom House or Crossroads, where they, you know, help with rehabilitation from drugs and so on and so forth. So what's going on?
There's a great book called Beneath the Neon.
I just got that on Audible.
It's an amazing book, honestly.
Have you read
listen
it?
To yes, I've listened to it on Audible. Mm-hmm. It's a great journey of somebody who's actually gone underground and his life down there, so to speak.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great book. And Matthew O'Brien is the author.
So I got that after we went underground. I got that on Audible just so I could read it. Mm-hmm. And the guy who took us
listening to it though.
Read it, listen to it. Read, listen, read.
Yeah.
Hear it in my brain.
Got it.
Visualize it in my head, right? Whatever. When you listen to Audible, by the way, I just had a squirrel moment. Do you see the words as you are listening to them?
No, I see the author. And then when I find the author or whoever is like trying to tell the story, I'm like, that's not what he sounded like.
Yeah, but they have people who read books as it's an actual job.
Really?
Yeah, they read books for Audible, and it's not the author, except for that Maxwell does. Yeah, most authors don't read their own books for Audible. They hire somebody that they feel exemplifies that book. Huh. So I was just watching a show called Younger, super cute. I know I just went off track. I'll come back, I promise. But there is a show called Younger, and it's about this woman who's like 40 something going back into the workplace after she's, you know, had her daughter, and her daughter's now 18 or whatever, and she's so old nobody's going to rehire her. It's in publication, and nobody's going to rehire her because she's too old and she's been out of the business for too long. So what she does is she goes to a bar one night. This like 25-year-old hits on her, and he's like, "What? We can't be that different in age." And then her friend says, well, if he thinks that you're that young, maybe other people will think that you're young. Let's just make you 26. And so she goes and gets a job saying that she's 26 years old, removes all her social media about her life, her kids, her ex-husband, all of that. And she gets this job in publication. And so anyway, so that's how I learned that they don't read their own books. It's a long story for bring it back. So anyway, so what is it? I was talking about Shine a Light. So when we were down there were actually beds, and it was crazy to me because we actually went to the central tunnels, right? And so there were these beds that they had, and they were propped up onto the ladders that you go up on the manholes, right? So they were propped up on those ladders, and then they were lying down, and they could look up, and the crates that were there, pay attention to me. There were crates that were up there, and when you look through the crates, like I literally saw the usher sign at Caesars from that tunnel. Like it was nuts. So like they sit there and they lay down. They have, right underneath the openings that we just walk over, and
they're underneath
right underneath the neon lights for Vegas. So it's so crazy. It blew my mind a little bit.
That almost reminds me.
And they don't want to leave.
Yeah, because that's just like
it's their
what
system.
Did you say? It's the
recidivism, but that's for jail, not for.
Same thing though, right? Because you got to come out into the community to try to figure out how to live, and outside of like tunnel. I mean, even in down the communities that they live in, to come out and try to figure out how to like handle people. You know, different people. So that's usually why they're. I mean, they're. You know what I'm saying? Like they're homeless, but I mean, they don't know how to come out and actually have.
Agreed. So there was a guy. So in my car I had another guy that lived down in the tunnels. Well, when we were down there, he was like, wait a second. He goes, that's so and so. Like he had just come out. How is he back in here? So they were talking about how he came back. I guess his mom still lived down in the tunnels, so he went back to protect her. And like it's just like I said, a whole community down there, right? They've got their own families. They've got their own stuff happening, and it blew my mind a little bit. Yeah.
So in order to help to participate with that, do you go to Shine a Light and do some donations, or you drop off some stuff for them?
Yep. So one of the things, obviously I went down there with them at 8:00 in the morning and I helped, we had backpacks, and what was interesting is we had a ton of backpacks in the back of somebody's car. And then, there was food that was donated and water and all of that. So we filled these backpacks with food and water and whatever. And we, walked around with backpacks on and handed out whatever people needed, right? Whatever they needed, we handed it out, and we gave them a bracelet that had the name of the two gentlemen that were with us. And then on the back, it was, so that bracelet gets them into Crossroads for free. And Crossroads is where they go in for rehab, right? So that they go in Crossroads for 6 months, and from there they go to another thing. But what he was telling me, then they go to that other Freedom House after that. But what he was telling me was that a lot of the homeless people are on a list where they are put into a home, and the government pays for six months to a year of their expenses in that property. And so, but in order to do that, they have to have 2 years out of the last 4, whatever, they have to be homeless. And that's how they get it per the law, right? So if they have to be homeless and they go into Freedom House or Crossroads or anything like that to get help before they get accepted into the program, because if there's a massive wait list, then they no longer qualify. And so I was like, well, it forces homelessness, and it forces people to not want to come out because of the expenses. So you're trying to cover like a year's worth of rent for these folks, right? And he goes, pretty much. And I said, so if you could fix that problem, then this wouldn't be an issue. You could essentially put people in beds all day, all night. He goes, I mean, we still have to convince them to come out, but yeah. And so there is definitely that gap. But we were filling our backpacks with all of the stuff. And so I asked him, I said, well, where do you get the backpacks? He goes, we just buy them, or people donate them. And I realized one of my like really good friends works at a Target. And 2 years ago, right after school started, 2 weeks after the school had started, she gave me 4 pallets of backpacks and lunch boxes and things like that. And so I called her and I was like, hey, what do you think about, like, this year we give it to Shine a Light, and that way they'll be good for a whole year's worth of supply of these backpacks. Because what was happening is we were taking these backpacks and people were like, do you have a bag that we can put all this stuff in? And we're like, yeah, here. We like literally took off the backpack from our backs and handed it to them. So they just don't have enough to go around for everybody. Then every week they're like, we meet somebody new. And so we all met. There were 60 volunteers that came together outside of Freedom House. That's where we all met. And then from there, we took several vans and everybody caravanned to the different locations. And there were people that went to the west side. There were people that went to the central locations. There were people that went down and, over in Boulder. So they had different points of entry into the tunnels, and they just went and asked people if they needed anything. It was just shine a light. Do you need anything? And we actually went to a tunnel, and one of the tunnels they said, not today. They were like, not today. So I was like, well, what does that mean, not today? They're like, well, we can't go in. We have to respect their boundaries. They don't want us here. They don't want anybody in their space. And it could be that they're hurt, or they just, want to be left alone, or it might be too early for them, or they're selling drugs or something. But the cool thing is the guy who started Shine a Light, he was down there for several years, and he was actually like one of the biggest drug dealers underground. He said, you know those manholes that you have and then you've got the little thing, the hole in it in the manhole to like pull it up to help you get it up. He would actually put the drugs up that, and they would slide the money down to him through that manhole because he never left.
Wow.
He was like, I didn't really need to leave.
From?
He said that's the only time he would actually go for any reason to go, like to go anywhere was to go get the drugs, or if he needed food or drinks, that if somebody didn't bring it to him or whatnot. So Shine a Light sort of fill that gap because Freedom House allows you to come in, but there was nobody actually outsourcing or going in and to the tunnels and saying, hey, what can we do to help you? So, and they just go down there, they smoke a cigarette with, these folks, and they just talk to them and like, hey, what do you need? How can we help you? Like, how long have you been here? Right? It's crazy.
Deep, super deep. Yeah. So my charitable contribution, and I don't mean to shift this, but maybe make it a little bit lighter. I dressed up as Olaf for the Central Hope for Kids.
Oh yeah.
They do that every single year where they have like the kids and obviously during COVID, they had, they weren't going to have a Christmas or whatever the case was. And so they had this big old like street lights. Why are you laughing, Chris Bishop? Because I was actually because the head wouldn't even stay up. So I had to puff my arms in so that the head, anyways, but that is one of the charitable places that it is actually Hope for the City, which is also partnering with who you were just talking about for
God Behind Bars.
No, well, yeah, it is God Behind Bars, but they also do the same thing where they're helping to get prisoners kind of back into society. Yeah. But in this case, it was specifically for kids. So you go through the whole, what was that? Speedway. They have the lights. And so they basically recreated that same setup, and then they gave out food, and they gave out, like turkeys. A whole bunch of different things. And that was all provided through Hope for the City.
That's cool. Do you have a picture of you as Olaf? I feel like you should share it.
I don't have it with me right now, but
I feel like you should share it somewhere.
Is it? Yes.
When was this? In December?
I brought joy to all of those kids' lives because they really thought I was Olaf.
Just let it go.
We had snow around and everything.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
I love it.
So that was my first year doing something like.
But here's the thing, right? We are, as real estate agents and brokers and lenders and people who, this is our community.
Absolutely.
We put people in homes, and there are so many people that don't even, not that they don't have, because everybody has the means, right? Your time is worth something to 100%. Some people. Mm-hmm. You can go volunteer at the rescue mission and serve. Like, that costs you nothing, right? We do that quite often here. 3 Square, you can go volunteer and put food.
The realtor community does.
We do it all the time, right? And so I think that's why I'm talking about this, because I really want it to be like I think helping your communities is extremely important. It can't obviously be all about buying and selling real estate, right?
Yeah. Well, you guys always
Brandon,
do
stop
a
signing
3 Square
agreements.
Where you have all of your agents come together for 3 Square and, we're all packing food it's usually packing food.
Yeah.
But no, we've done something else like in the kitchen area.
So it's usually packing food for the students for the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where we're
That's
all
fun.
competing. Each line is competing against who can do the most amount of boxes.
I feel like we were when is that coming up?
We haven't signed up for it yet, but we will, because they weren't letting anybody in. During COVID, it was so hard to have group volunteer type of activities like that. Rescue mission stopped; they wouldn't let us come in. So there's quite a few organizations that don't. But we helped with 3 Square and the library district. We did that as an organization at Signature.
What about that big van?
Yeah.
That was a cool experience. That was a cool.
And then for the Boys and Girls Club, there was us and Finley together donated a 15-passenger van. Brandon, jump in here anytime you want.
I'm listening.
There was a 15-passenger. You're back. Be back.
I'm here.
We donated that 15-passenger van to Boys and Girls Club, which was kind of cool. And then we got the K9 Rocky over at for Metro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have a Signature Strong, right?
We do.
Is it a foundation? What do we call that?
It's a nonprofit.
Nonprofit.
Yeah.
Which will
Signature
help.
Strong.
Yeah. Where all of your agents, contribute whatever, but also from participation, you guys are.
Yep. And then we give back to the community. It's kind of a big deal. What do you have to add about that?
Nothing.
What is going on here? Somebody shove him out. What is happening?
No, it's, I mean, realtors get back a lot. So
Yeah.
There's just a lot of stuff going on. I'm just taking it in.
I think that's what I was saying. Like, there's so many nonprofit organizations that I just wish they would all get together and work together, right?
But they can't.
I know.
Then they'd be for profit.
No, I don't think so. If they worked together, like to fill in the gaps that were missing, right? And said, okay, so here's what I do. Why don't you do this and we'll do it together versus doing the exact same thing.
Stronger
'Cause you're
together.
Stronger together than we are apart.
What is it? You go farther together, or together we win.
Oh
What?
my
Oh,
goodness.
plank.
What?
Why do I
You're
not
going to
know
learn this. You're going to learn
Yes.
this when you go to immersion. So
Yeah.
as a team, we go farther.
As a team, we go farther. As
Right.
one, we are, or no, together we are stronger.
And
It's been 2 years.
as a team, we go farther.
Yep.
And as one, we win.
As one, we win. Yes, you'll learn that.
Lovely. I can't wait.
You'll be crying and saying it, and it's been raining. And
Yep.
No rain. I'm going to Florida.
It doesn't rain down there? Oh, no, it snows.
well, then they'll pull out the hose and be hosing you down.
No, seriously?
Yeah, it's murder. It's brutal.
I
Don't
lost all
say
my
that.
eyelashes
It's not.
there.
Huh?
It's
I
not.
lost all my eyelashes. It is brutal.
You lost all your eyelashes? You already had lost eyelashes
I know.
long
We
before.
They pluck
stick
'em
your
out.
head in. Say it again. Doing. Say it again. Doing.
What?
Just kidding.
No, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's,
That's
it's a day
crazy.
at the beach.
It's a day
Or
at the
4
beach.
days at the beach, actually.
However you look at
3.
it.
3 days at the beach. That was a pretty cool event that we had Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, Satima.
Couple events that we had with him.
Yeah. He's always inspiring every time I hear him.
He truly is.
Yeah.
I always think, and he pulls out some of the stuff.
He
where
always
I'm
makes
like,
me cry.
That is, legit. Every single time. Actually, Tyson was sitting next to me. I'm like, she's going to cry. And he's like, no, he's not. She's like, yeah, she's going to
It's funny, but she
Hammer.
keeps standing up to speak, even
I
though she
know.
knows she's going to cry.
Because I think I might make it.
Yeah.
I think I might make it without crying, and then I don't. And I just look at him. I'm like, I hate you. You make me cry all the time. Every time you're in town.
He has that impact.
Yeah.
Just wait. You'll be crying like a baby.
It's all right. I'm ready for it. I'm not shedding a single
With
tear.
your okay.
Well, the good news is what happens there stays there, so
True.
you won't have to worry about it.
True. But we're all running support, but that's okay. I mean, outside of that.
Wait, what?
We're going to make sure you do well.
Say what? Nope. Not doing it.
No, it was
Backing
funny
out.
though.
Canceling.
Spencer did say that you were going after you told me, and then I said, he goes, "Do you want to come run support?" And I go, "No, she does not need me to be there. She needs to go on her own."
Yeah. No, I would have backed out if you were there.
You
I'm
was.
going to be
Why?
talking about you a lot.
No, you're not.
Ooh.
The abuse I put her through all her life.
All
Yes.
my life.
So.
You tortured me. So community outreach, immersion, exciting. What else? Let's talk about rates, Shelly.
Let's give away your.
Oh,
Not
let's
yet.
do it.
Well,
Yes.
Can we talk about rates first?
Sure.
No.
Rates
No,
are still
let's-
the same. Nothing exciting with the rates.
Go
Let's
ahead.
give away stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so
Scott,
speaking of
I'm not going to
Satema,
die. Go shove it.
We did an iPad raffle, and which was kind of cool. I thought it was a cool idea, right? The QR code. What'd you guys think?
I love the QR. Everything's QR code again.
Right.
Like it was here and then it was gone and then it's here again.
And then to have the little raffle at the very end of it, you just didn't put you don't know about it because you didn't.
I tried
did,
to.
and I couldn't
thought
get to
about
the raffle
it and then I
page.
forgot.
What do you mean you couldn't?
How-
get to,
can I
was
do
the
it now?
last pa-
You
no,
had to
it's too
swipe,
late.
right?
Swipe.
Wait, can I do it now? Can I do it now?
No, you can't.
You better hurry.
Give it to me.
39. All right, so we're going to raffle off an iPad or
I'm number 40.
Microsoft Surface, depending on whoever wins this.
iPad.
Android
I want
or
a
Apple.
Surface.
Android or Apple.
I get a Surface?
Android. You're not winning, my dear. You're not on the list.
You can't
You
win.
guys are so mean.
Are you ready?
No, hold on. How do I find the contacts?
I don't know.
Go ahead. Keep talking. Talk amongst yourself. Let me figure
I'm sorry. You've known about this from the beginning of the show. It is now almost like 45 minutes in. How are you not prepared?
I got it.
I did all the talking the last 45 minutes. Where have you been?
It's coming.
Where have
There
you
it is, right
been?
here.
There it is.
Rates are looking really good, by the way. They're still down. They're still lower. Yeah.
Inventory's up. Rates are still low.
Inventory's up. Rates are still low. They got
Oh.
the $15,000 Biden.
And the mask mandate's gone.
Yeah. Like, I think I might go work out again.
You might.
I might.
You work out every day, but you're thinking as
At the gym.
At the gym, hanging out with all those cool people. Hard potties, is that what we're calling them? All right.
So CDC
Soft body.
released that, and then I heard Sislec followed. So
Sisolak, what?
Followed, right?
So are we for sure?
Wait, followed what?
The release of the mask mandate.
Oh, he
So
did?
eviction moratorium for real is going to be, you think, right? Okay, so hypothetically speaking, if I had a tenant or somebody had a tenant
Bye, tenant.
that needed to be like end of the
Bye.
month or like beginning of the,
Beginning of next month.
so June 1st, you could put a 5-day quit or,
Correct.
okay,
For non-payment of rent.
non-payment of rent.
Is the declaration gone too? The CDC declaration will be gone by then? No, because CDC still has their declaration until the end of June.
Wait, so what does that mean?
That means that
You can't
that
predict.
it will be July 1st.
That I post?
If the tenant gives you
I
a
mean,
CDC,
hypothetically speaking, asking for a friend, if we needed to, if somebody needed
you
to do
could
that.
post, but they can give you a.
CDC declaration that would protect them until the end of June, which means July 1st, you could officially post and start the
Okay,
eviction
so
process.
truly
But if they
it's
don't
July
give you
1st.
that,
And by
you
you,
could.
I mean your friend.
Yeah. All right, I'm ready.
Ready?
I got the
Where
number. It's actually, oh yeah, it is 39.
Number 9.
Number 9 is Bouchereau Investments. Thomas Bouchereau.
Almost Blanchard. Oh.
So
Nice job, Thomas.
Yay! He has no idea.
Yeah, he's
Let me
not.
text him really quick.
He's not listening because he's out selling properties today.
He
Actually,
is.
he's in the office. I was just in Green Valley, and he was there.
He's going to be
but I
super
think he might
excited.
have
So,
left
so
when I
the
was there.
biggest question is he an Apple or Android user?
Well, I think you should give him a Surface, and if he doesn't use it, then I'll take it.
Should we call him? Should we call him on the
We
air?
should-
live?
Why do you want a Surface?
I don't. I want something else that's not so heavy.
Yeah, you have
I'll
you have
still
an
buy it.
iMac you don't use.
Huh? I do. I actually have 2 iMacs
I know
that I don't
you don't
use.
use. Yeah, that's pretty.
And
awesome.
one of them's even
Let's
pretty.
raffle
It's
them
like-
off.
They're like this. They're like rose. I have a rose pink one.
Yeah, that's.
And so my son tried to set it up, and he's like, "Mom, I don't know how to do this." I'm like, "Cause it's an Apple and it's stupid. I can
That's
set up
not true.
an HP like that,
Yeah, no, you can't because it takes 45 minutes for it to load.
but I also can do it 45 minutes. I know that.
You
so
know what
I
you have to do for the
start it,
Apple?
and then I go away, and then it
There's
goes
just
back.
there's an on button.
You're an
And-
on button.
And as soon as you turn it on, it works. There's nothing to
No,
set
it
up.
doesn't. He couldn't figure it
Oh
out.
my gosh.
Select English, select next, select this, select next, put your Wi-Fi on. It's all the same.
Interesting. So it's all the same, which means it takes 45 minutes too.
No, because it goes much faster.
All right. Are you seriously texting him
I
right
just
now?
texted him. I was going to call him, but I didn't want to be awkward and be like, "Hey, by the way," because I'm going to have Myra.
Oh, do
hand
it.
to him.
Call him, and then we'll put him
Can
on the
they
air.
hear him?
I don't know. Stick it
If
next
you
to the
put
mic.
it on speaker and put it there,
Put it in the
maybe.
mic.
Do I have to put him in my ear?
No, right here on the speaker.
It'll be
How
bad.
that's to hear, not
It'll
to
be bad though when you go, "Hey, it's Shelly with Prosperity," and he goes, "Who?"
You think I say that?
Do it.
And then you go click.
Let's see. We're about
Okay.
to do an on-air
There you go.
prize.
Let's see if we can figure
for
this
something
out.
that has
Man, it's
nothing to
getting
do with us.
seriously like the Weekender up in here.
Do you want to use my iPhone? Oh, I hear
Can
it.
you hear it?
Almost.
Can you hear it?
Hello?
Thomas Bouchereau. Shelly Panzarella. We are actually live on Real Estate Exposed. How are you today?
I'm really good. How about you?
We're good. So we just raffled this off, but the biggest question, and I know you told me, but I'm going to hold it back to all of our audience and our viewers here. Are you an Android or an Apple user?
100% an Apple user.
Yeah.
Oh,
Boo.
yes. Congratulations. Yes.
You won an iPad.
Congratulations. So we're going to give you a Microsoft Surface.
Not funny.
Oh, you're awesome, Shelly. I appreciate it.
You know, and so the other thing was they were like, "What if you call?" And he's like, "Who? Shelly? Who from Prosperity Lending? Where? What?"
I know it's you.
Aw.
You text him ahead of time.
Phone number's
did.
always saved in my phone.
Aw, even better. All right, any parting words to our guests? There's actually 1,000 viewers right now.
Awesome. What the heck?
And you are not one of them, but it's okay. Maybe next time.
I'm glad I didn't answer that phone the way I was going to answer that.
All right, I'm gonna let you go then.
Congrats.
Congratulations. Take care. Bye.
Nice.
Couldn't have happened to
Good
a nicer
times.
guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. He's like, "What show? Show where?"
Huh?
Exactly.
Scott says plus or minus 1,000 guests, plus or minus 97.
Oh, that was pretty fun. we should do that more often.
Yeah, let's give. You
Raffle
should
off
give
some
away
stuff?
stuff all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should give away your 2 iMacs. You don't use them.
I'm not giving
What's
away
an
my
iMac?
It's a Mac.
MacBook
It's a
Pro.
MacBook.
She's
Like
got little.
It's a laptop, but for apples.
Oh.
I don't.
MacBooks.
It was for my children. They also don't use it.
Right, so let's give them
But
away.
I bought them, so I have to figure out. Yeah, I gotta figure out what to do with them.
We've talked about charities today, so why don't you give a couple of these away for charity?
I do enough for nonprofits. I
Amen.
sit on several boards. I do lots of volunteer work.
But
How do you get on those boards? Do you like?
So
to get in,
I give
or-
them money and they
You
let
do?
me in.
I give a lot of money
No,
away. Nobody else lets
So
me sit on my board.
so what
on my
I do
board.
is what I did was I found organizations that I wanted to help, right? So I wanted to help organizations that related to children, right? I can help you set up your pink laptop V. Thank you, Kim. We'll do it. What if it's the silver
rosé.
one? Would you still help or just the pink one?
She'll hook you up with
Asking
both.
for my son.
Asking for a
So-
friend. You gave him a pink one?
Yeah, you know what? You should come over. No, so there was
It's
two of
called-
them.
it's called Bros
I bought
Gold.
2 of them, and I didn't know one of them was rose gold.
Bros
Oh,
gold.
That's torture for your son.
And so I bought them thinking they'll have laptops that they can take back and forth from my house to their dad's house so they can do schoolwork and blah, 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 whatever. But Kim, you should come over. I'll give you some dinner and you can hook up those laptops for the boys. Okay, see, all done. So what I did was, that's charity. Kim gets to eat my food. Everybody likes my food. Moving on. So I found organizations that I wanted to give back to. And my focus was organizations that were specifically related to children, right? So I found 2 of them. One of them was Junior Achievement of Southern Nevada. And I actually went to San Diego, and they have this big box, like this big building that they converted into what they call BizTown. And I went there and I was like, we need this in Vegas. There's no reason for the kids in Vegas to have to go in a bus, travel, sleep in, and
kids love doing that
I know,
stuff.
but they like there's
The
no reason for them
chaperones
to do
don't.
that. But we could very easily have this facility in Las Vegas the way that it's done here in San Diego and just make it about the gaming industry and do a couple of different things like that. And so that was my mission when I first started with them. And so we are now we've got a capital contribution going for BizTown that's going to start here in Las Vegas. It's going to be down in the park in the south corridor.
In the park?
There's a huge park that's being built with Boys and Girls Club, BizTown, Junior Achievement, the book one. The one about books, spread the word. Mm-hmm. Yep, they're going to have a space in there. So there's a lot. So it's going to be a sort of like a nonprofit type of thing. And there's going to be a school on
they
board.
are
So
collaborating
it's
together.
There is it's a collaborative
forces.
effort, and it's going to be one big campus of just several nonprofits that includes them. So, thanks, Thomas. Look at him.
Aww.
So, and I'm saying thanks for Shelly. He didn't say anything nice about me.
Well, no, I think
whatever.
it's cool. Now we're at 1,001 viewer right
Yes.
now. That's cool.
Thank you
Thanks,
for
Thomas.
joining the party, Thomas.
Thanks, Thomas. So that was BizTown. That's how I got started with Junior Achievement of Southern Nevada. And then Boys and Girls Club was after we did the backpacks and school supplies. So every year we donated backpacks and school supplies as a company. And one year we
I
did
remember your office
$10,000.
was
It was
like-
full. It was packed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
$10,000 worth of backpacks and school supplies. I want to say that accumulated to almost like $5,000 in backpacks, or 5,000 backpacks, filled with school supplies in it. And then the following year we did
I thought it was like 600 and something. But
I thought it was
maybe-
2,800, but whatever. Who's counting?
Who's counting? It
Times
was a lot.
2
It was
multiplied by 3
more.
divided by
It was
10.
more than 100. Less than 5. So less than 5,000, more than 100.
Do you have
How
to
about
turn
that?
in production on
So then
You have-
when we did the bus, when we gave them the van, the 15 passenger van, their CEO, who by the way I played sand volleyball with every Thursday, didn't even know he was the CEO until like we did the backpack and school drive.
Is that Chad?
No, that's Chad's with Finley.
Oh, Finley, yeah.
Yeah, it's Andy
Ooh.
Bishel. Andy Bishel's the
yes.
CEO of Boys and Girls Club. And so I
like Andy.
I had talked to him. Yeah, he's a good guy. So I talked
Chad's
to
cool,
him, and he was like, "We'd love to have you on their board." So
He's one of her other friends that was at the restaurant.
Group
the other day.
C. Now seating Group C.
2
Come and hang
years
out with
ago, you're a butthead. So not last year, but 2 years ago. So every year they do a sneaker ball, and sneaker ball you get to dress
Oh, that
up, and
was
then you wear
fun.
sneakers,
Yes.
and that's the attire. So that was 2
Totally
years
cute.
ago. Last
Actually,
year they
totally.
had it virtual. This year I believe they're going to try to do a hybrid version. 2 years ago I was the chair of that. This year I will be the chair of sneaker ball as well.
So I mean, not to say anything about the charity or any of that stuff, but like we're like coming alive again, right? Like everybody is. It was legit.
Yes.
Tuesday was crazy. Like everybody's mixing up and we're hugging people. It was just really like weird, right? Like I
No.
mean, seriously, just and then Resorts World is opening up. They've got a full lineup of concerts, so you can start to purchase your concerts. The Smith Center has their
I
season
got that
pass
email today.
for Chris Bishop.
I got that email today. Yeah, super excited about that.
For the Smith Center, because he's a big Broadway show guy.
I absolutely
He's going to go
love
see
shows.
Kansas.
I love Broadway shows. I do miss going to the Smith Center for shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty exciting to see. Here,
agree.
we didn't have to wear our mask coming in. Pretty exciting. You guys sterilize the mics again. I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Oh, shoot. I knew we forgot something.
It's pretty exciting.
Wait, this mic's been touched by other people?
No, not that one.
Thank you.
All in time for pool season.
All in time for pool season. Yeah,
No,
it's exciting.
It is good.
It is exciting. Hopefully this is. I interviewed an agent today, who, by the way, just signed on with the company, and she's from California, and she says that they're still in lockdown.
What?
They are. LA County is still extremely strict. California is pretty strict, but LA County is even more strict than the California restrictions. They
Wow.
are still not allowing, things to be open and whatnot.
One of the reasons their governor's getting recalled.
Yeah.
Recalled? What does
interesting.
that mean?
They're recalling his election. Yeah, kicking him out.
Wow.
Crazy.
Isn't that how
talk.
Schwarzenegger got in?
Is a recall?
Recall?
No, that's the show. That's his name. That's the
Caitlyn
show.
Jenner's going for it now, yeah.
Seriously?
Really?
Get out.
Huh?
Stop
We're
it.
taking facts from the peanut gallery. Come
No,
on.
it's a
oh,
fact.
and Brandon. Just
It's a
kidding.
fact.
I don't
fact.
believe that.
She is running
Jenner, hold on. Jenner running
Jenner.
for
That's sweet.
CA
governor.
governor. Oh, I totally doubt you for sure.
Why would you doubt us?
Jenner running, Caitlyn Jenner
not
running
a
for
joint.
California governor. Jeez
Wow.
Louises.
Where have you been?
Oh my God.
She's been on the news shows. She's been on, yeah.
The former Olympic gold medalist
the
and
right pronoun?
transgender activist is working with former Trump aides.
That's why you haven't heard.
So crazy. Officially running for governor in California, her entry puts a Hollywood-sized spotlight on the GOP-led effort to eject Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom from office, complicating his path,
Eject.
firing up social media, and
They've
raising
got-
questions
Hit the button.
about just
Hit the
how much
button.
of the
They've
circus-like
got all the
atmosphere will
signatures.
dominate, blah, blah, blah.
Bait is ready to eject
So
us
nuts.
right now.
All right.
He
So
what?
crazy. Replace
that?
Gary Davis.
Yeah, it was the same kind of thing, a recall, and that's
Yeah,
how
but
he
that's what it says here
Yeah.
too. Is that Arnold Schwarzenegger? It propelled Arnold Schwarzenegger the last time.
Yep.
So crazy. Well, California's in for a whirlwind, so we'll see how that.
In
So
for
does that
one,
mean
it's
they're
been
not
in
coming?
one.
I
They're not coming
know.
here to move anymore.
No, they're
gonna stay there?
moving.
They're
here.
still moving. Maybe not with Jenner on the helm. Who knows?
She won't win.
You don't think so?
No, she'll make an impact, but she won't win.
Who will win?
Somebody else.
Who else?
There was somebody else that was there, but
Oh, there is someone else.
she could.
Arnold
don't
Schwarzenegger.
No,
I'll
don't
be
get me
back.
wrong.
He said, "I'll be back." and
It's
he's gonna do
possible, but I don't think she will.
that. No.
So
See what
Sorry,
happens
what
when
was
we
it?
raffle. We get a lot more. We got a few more people. We got some newcomers.
Laura's watching now
Laura!
too. Yep, Laura's watching. Tom's watching. Look at that. We give away stuff, you guys. That's how we bribe our listeners
viewership?
and viewers. Yeah, it's
Yes.
the way to do
well,
it.
we finally tipped over the 1,001. Now we're at 1,002. Thank you, Laura Wade, for making that happen.
and then you get to hear all the old news here first.
So, well, I didn't know that.
Rates.
That's news.
Rates.
That's
Rates.
Oh, I
new
did
news
rates.
for
I already
me.
did rates.
You did?
No,
Yeah.
you,
said
he
they're good.
interrupted you,
Rates
and then
are
you
good.
started doing.
They're still the same. Thanks to Myra Talley with Prosperity Lending for putting together our rate sheets that we have, but we are still holding in the low threes. Actually, for FHA and VA, they're at 2.75.
Yeah.
Crazy. And congratulations, Mr. Brandon Roberts.
I want to thank you and your whole team over at Prosperity Lending for pulling off a miracle and got me a loan.
It wasn't a miracle.
Got me alone.
That was a 3-week
I bought a house.
close, so just know that can happen.
It was a 3-week close, and
Yeah.
that was good.
We had a great bar.
Borrow.
For what?
We had a great bar.
I did a refi with her a few
He-
weeks before that. She didn't think I was
Honestly,
great then.
That was our first attempt at working through the signature
entire
app.
app,
We did it,
huh, I
yeah,
heard.
start to
Yeah.
close. Will you close that out now, or are we still staying on together
We
as
can stay on there.
alone?
Just in case.
No, I leave it open for because it's got all the documents and stuff in it.
Oh, okay.
And so just for
well, you can kick her out. She doesn't need to be in there.
she can leave.
Okay.
Can I leave the building?
I don't have
And
to,
with that,
I don't have to kick you out.
we
you can
are.
leave.
Oh.
You can choose.
We
to leave.
I
appreciate
would never
you
leave.
listening in to our community outreach program today. Real Estate Exposed. And that's
Make
it.
sure you
That's
like
all
and
I got.
subscribe.
What
Check
she
us out
said.
on YouTube. Smash the notification button. We are here every Friday, 1:30 to 2:30. And if you'd like to come join us live, you can come in because we do have an amazing seating
Peanut Gallery, we call it.
option for you as well. Have an amazing weekend.
Bye.